We are going to start with some breath work and relaxation before we move into our movement practice, where we'll be focusing on the lower back and the core today. All right, so we're going to start laying down as we have done for the past few classes, I believe. If you want to stay seated, that's totally fine as well. But if you want to lay down, go ahead and lay on your back. You can have a towel under your head if you like for a pillow. Okay, and if you're staying seated, just make sure that you can relax and you can feel really comfortable as you stay seated. All right. So if you're laying down, legs can be apart and straight. But as we are focusing on the lower back today, if this doesn't feel good for your lower back, it may help to bend the knees. Have the feet apart and the knees resting together. All right? Oh, and just let your arms relax beside you. Take a great big deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Do that again. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the mouth. And just feel your body begin to melt and settle down into your mat. Start to tune your attention into your body and into your breathing. Feel your bones become very heavy. Feel the muscles of your body start to soften. And just feel yourself beginning to slow down. Connecting to the breath and just placing your hands on your lower belly and just feeling the way your belly moves as you breathe. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. As you exhale, feel your belly draw in toward the spine. Inhale, the belly expands. Exhale, the belly draws in. And just imagine that in the belly, kind of like in the bowl of your pelvis and lower belly, imagine that there's a balloon, and every time you inhale, the balloon expands in all directions. So you'll feel your belly rise as you inhale, but you may also feel kind of the lateral parts of your body expand and your lower back expand out just a little bit. It's very subtle movement. And it's okay if you don't feel it right now, but just visualize the balloon like a sphere, just sitting there in the lower belly, the pelvis area, pelvic area. And with each breath, this balloon expands in all directions, as if it's creating space from the inside out, allowing you to breathe a little bit deeper into the body, into the belly, a little bit more full, a little more slowly. And as you breathe in this way, and this belly, the balloon expands, there's a sense of stretching and creating space within the body from the inside out. So let's just take a few more deep breaths like that. And just letting this be your focus right now. Just tuning into the breath, tuning into what you're feeling, how you're feeling as we begin this yoga practice, this time just for us, for our wellness, for our self-awareness. And as you continue to connect with the breath, I'm going to read a poem to you that I think will go really nicely with our practice today. And it's called The Poet Dreams of the Mountain by Mary Oliver. Sometimes I grow weary of the days with all their fits and starts. I want to climb some old gray mountains slowly, taking the rest of my lifetime to do it, resting often, sleeping under the pines or above them, on the unclothed rocks. I want to see how many stars are still in the sky that we have smothered for years now, a century at least. I want to look back at everything, forgiving it all, and peaceful, knowing the last thing there is to know. All that urgency, not what the earth is about. How silent the trees, their poetry being of themselves only. I want to take slow steps and think appropriate thoughts. In 10,000 years, maybe a piece of the mountain will fall. Such a beautiful poem. So bringing in that energy of just slowing down into our practice today, being really connected with ourselves, and just giving ourselves this time and this luxury of connecting and slowing down. And that begins with connecting with the breath. So keep this slow and steady breath going throughout our practice today. If you are sitting, go ahead and come to lay down now. We're all going to meet together on our backs. And keep your hands on your lower belly. Okay, legs can be straight or bent. And as you inhale and you feel your belly expand, exhale then and feel your belly draw in and feel your lower back flatten into the floor. And kind of tuck your tailbone under. So inhale, the belly expands, the lower back lifts a little bit off the floor, so there's an arch in the spine. And then as you exhale, the lower back flattens into the floor, the belly draws in, the tailbone tucks under. So you're just imagining and exaggerating this sort of rocking movement of the pelvis. So inhale, belly expands, the pelvis tilts away, the lower back arches slightly. Exhale, belly draws in, lower back flattens, tailbone tucks. One more time, breathing in and just feeling this subtle movement. Exhale, lower back presses to the floor, belly draws in. Now keep this engagement. Notice how your core is contracted here. Keep that going and just lift your knees and your feet off the floor. So your shins are parallel to the mat. Lower belly still drawing in, lower back flat on the floor. Okay, so from here we're going to keep that core engaged and just extend the left leg out away from you. Okay, so it's hovering above the mat. Notice what's happening in your lower back. Is your lower back lifting off the mat? And if so, scoop your tailbone under, flatten the lower back. Keep that core strong. And then bring the leg back. Okay, so nice, easy, slow movements here. Exhale, extend the right leg, point the toes, feel your lower back flat on the mat, core is strong, and back to center. Nice and easy. One more time, each side. Extend the left leg, so it's barely hovering above the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hold. Inhale, come back. Exhale, right leg extends. Take a deep breath in. Keep that core engaged. Exhale, hold. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the leg back. Nice. From here, bring the legs together. Keep your core engaged and extend your arms out like a T, palms facing down. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees. Flex your feet, lower your knees to the left, any amount, until your body feels like it's kind of reached its maximum. So you might come halfway down like this. You might come all the way down if you're wanting a deeper twist, but just go slow. Notice what your back is wanting right now. And then as you exhale, draw your belly in, use your core, and come back to center. All right, let's try the other side. So exhale, I'm just gonna scooch over to the left. Exhale, lower your knees to the right, any amount. You wanna keep, you wanna feel like you're in control this whole time. So if you feel like your legs all of a sudden just drop down and you've lost control, then maybe don't go quite so far. Maybe just back it off a little bit. Notice what you're ready for. And then draw the belly in, come back to center. Let's try that one more time. Make sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath here. Exhale, lower the knees. Find the amount of movement that feels just right. Draw the belly in, use your core to bring you back up and press down through the hands. One more time to the right, exhale. Feeling into the lower back here. And then bring the legs back, nice. From here, let's hug the knees into the chest. Tuck your chin and lift the forehead towards the knees. Okay, now hold here and see if you can let go of your hands for a moment. Your abdominals are engaged, chin is tucked, and you're lifting. See if you can even feel your shoulder blades lift off the mat. Keep breathing. You might be trembling a little bit. I definitely am. Feel your core waking up. Last breath. You got this. And then gently release the head to the floor. Place your hands on your kneecaps and let's make circles in a clockwise direction with the knees. So keep the knees together and just feel a little massage for your lower back. So if you ever want a massage and no one's there to give you one, you can give yourself a little massage by moving your knees in circles like this. You're probably like, this is a lame massage. Okay, and let's switch directions. So clockwise with the knees and just feeling how this puts pressure on different parts of your lower back and gives a little massage, maybe not the best one, but it's something. All right, and then bring the knees back to center, hug the knees in, and let's try that core work one more time. So tuck that chin, tuck the chin first, and then engage your belly and lift the forehead towards the knees. Okay, now once you're here, see if you can float up. You're scooping your tailbone under, you're lifting your kneecaps a little, or I'm sorry, your shoulder blades a little bit more. Deep breath in. Exhale out, smile. Let's take one more breath, soften the face, breathe in. Exhale, release the head to the floor. Good. Bring the right foot to the mat, keep the knee bent, extend the left leg up to the ceiling, and just place your hands behind the thigh. All right, exhale. exhale, point the toes. Inhale and flex the foot. Nice. Exhale, point the toes. Inhale and flex. Exhale to point. And inhale, flex. Last time, exhale, point the toes. Tuck the chin, draw the belly in, flatten the lower back. Let's lift the forehead towards the knee. And if you can bring the hands a little farther up the leg and draw the leg a little closer, you can go for it. If you're already at your maximum, just stay where you are. Your knee can be bent, okay? It doesn't have to be straight. Check in with those hamstrings. If they're like, oh, what are you doing to me? Then just bend your knee a little bit. Yeah, don't make yourself suffer. All right, and then find one more breath here. See if you can lift the shoulder blades a millimeter higher. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Bring the left leg over the right. And we're gonna come into one more little twist. So drop the knees gently towards the right. Any amount. Okay, so you might move the knees a couple inches. You might bring them all the way down towards the floor. Keep attention here on your lower back and place your left hand on your lower back here and visualize that balloon in the belly and in the bowl of the pelvis, and breathe in, feel that balloon expand. So you might even feel the lower back stretch as you inhale. And exhale. Let's take one more breath. And if you're not really feeling it, that's okay. It's really subtle, so just visualize it, and that helps as well. Deep breath in, feeling that balloon expand. If nothing else, you're getting a really deep breath, more efficient breath, more oxygen. Exhale out. Okay, come back to center, bring the knees back up, and uncross the legs. Okay, let's try the other side. Right knee comes in, hands behind the leg, and extend the toes up to the ceiling. Inhale, flex the foot. Feel the hamstring, feel the calf. Exhale, point the toes. Inhale, flex. Feel the back of the leg. Exhale, point. Feel the top of the foot, top of the ankle. And let's come into our lift. So tuck the chin. And then, I gotta fix my mic. And then lift the forehead towards the knee. Draw the belly in. And if you want a little bit more, you can slide your hands closer to the ankle. Draw that leg in a little bit. Lift the shoulder blades off the mat. Breathe. Do not hold your breath here. Soften your eyes. Smile. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale, hold, 1 more breath. Feel your core waking up. Inhale. And release. Lower the head. Bring the right leg over the left. Let's come into that twist. So dropping the knees gently towards the left, any amount. This one can be intense, so you want to go slow. Don't do anything you're not ready for. Right hand on the lower back, and just bring some attention there. And then inhale, feel that balloon expanding in the lower belly. Exhale, hold. 1 more breath. Inhale through the nose. Draw the belly in and come back to center. Nice. Uncross those legs and let's hug them in 1 more time. So bring the knees in and just gently rock the knees side to side. All right, so we're gonna do some rolls. If you have any injuries in your spine, or if this for whatever reason doesn't feel like comfortable for you, if it hurts in any way, then you don't have to roll. You can just come onto your side and come up to sitting. If you want to try rolling, bring your hands behind your hamstrings, and we're just gonna roll up and down. I think we did this one last week. So rolling up pausing for a moment at the top and then back. And then as you get the hang of it, see if you can pause at the top without putting your feet down. And you'll notice that you have to really engage your core. Couple more. Bringing those legs up and over the head. And last one, pause at the top. Good. And then bring the legs down. Okay, let's try our boat pose today. Let's try our, since we're doing all this core work, let's practice our boat pose. So bring your feet flat to the floor, hands behind your hamstrings here. And then just try to imagine you're sitting against a wall. Now already, I'm feeling a lot. I don't know if you are, but there's a lot happening already. Your hip flexors are engaging, lower belly is engaged, lower back is drawing in and up just to stay vertical here. Shoulder blades draw down and back. Okay, so this is already a really good pose. You can stay here if you want. So take a moment just to feel your body and everything happening right now. Find a point to focus your eyes. Okay, just something out in front of you to gaze at. And then tilt yourself back until it feels like you're balancing on the two bottom pointy parts of your pelvic bone. Okay, and then once you feel balanced, see if you can lift your toes off the floor without going like this. Okay, so without rounding the back. So hug those shoulder blades together. Lift the heart and draw the belly in. Okay, see if you can lift the toes just a little bit off the floor. If this is easy, lift the shins higher, parallel to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Good. Exhale, bring the bottoms of the feet together and just fold forward. Relax the head, deep breath. And exhale out. One more time. Inhale, roll yourself up, bring the knees together, hands behind the hamstrings, and sit tall. Draw the shoulder blades down and tilt back. Okay. Find that balancing point and see if you can lift the toes off the floor. Good. Keep your belly drawing in, maybe lift the shins. If you're feeling crazy, release your hands and reach the hands forward. So the fingertips are shooting forward in the same direction as those toes. Heart is lifting, belly engaged, and you're still breathing. Inhale here, smile. Exhale. One more, let's try one more breath. Inhale. If you're trembling, that's okay. I am definitely. And exhale, bottoms of the feet together and fold. Deep belly breath here. Inhale, feel the belly expand. Feel that balloon expand in all directions. Exhale out. One more time, deep breath in. And exhale out. Okay, from here, we're going to roll ourselves back up to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a little stretch here before we come up to standing. So bring one leg in towards you, and then bring the other leg in front. So it's like you're sitting cross-legged, but instead of having one leg on top like this, it's more like one is in front of the other. Okay, if that's not comfortable, then you can also just sit regular cross-legged. Okay, we're going to take a little stretch. So walk the hands, try to anchor your hips down into the floor, and then walk your hands forward until you start to feel a stretch in the hips. And then we're going to walk the hands to the, so this is my left, I think this is your right, towards the side, and just fold and relax here. So just a few deep breaths. We're trying to get into the side of the waist and the side of the lower back as well. So keep breathing, keep grounding your hips down to the mat. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out. Good. Come back through center. Okay. And this time we're going to lean over to the other side. Relax the head. Drop the hips down into the floor like they're an anchor, because they might want to lift up. And that just takes a little bit away from the stretch. So dropping down, take one more breath. Good. Come back through center. Roll yourself back up. And let's switch the cross of the legs. So other leg is now in front. Okay. And then walk the hands forward. And let's start on the other side this time. So your left, or whichever one you didn't do. Relax the head, anchoring the hips down into the mat, breathing here. Just feeling your body. And then walk through center and come to the other side. Lowering down as much as is comfortable. Drop into the breath. Good. Come back through center and roll yourself back up. Pause at the top, take a breath, take a moment here. Good. From here, let's go ahead and make our way onto all fours in tabletop position. So if you want to have a little blanket underneath your knees to pad the knees, you can do that. Okay. And we'll spread the fingers wide, untuck the toes, and the spine is flat. Okay, so this is neutral tabletop position. As you inhale, arch the spine, look up towards the ceiling, easy cat-cow here. As you exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Okay. As you inhale, come right back to neutral. Come back to tabletop with a flat spine. As you exhale, look over the right shoulder towards your pinky toe and slide your hips to the left. Feel the stretch in the left side of your waist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look to your left pinky toe. Bump your hips to the right. Inhale back to center. Okay, so from here, one more time, inhale, arch the spine, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, round and tuck. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, look over the right shoulder, hips to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, look to the left, hips right. And inhale, center. Good. From here, we're going to tuck the toes, sit back on the heels. Feel that stretch in the feet, bottoms of the feet, toes. Take a breath. And then walk your hands towards you. We're going to come right up into a forward fold. So shift your weight into your feet and then lift your hips up and walk your hands under the shoulders. So your knees can be as bent as they need to be. Okay? They don't have to be straight like this. In fact, go ahead and bend your knees so that your upper body comes nice and close to your lower body, since we're focusing on the spine today. When you bend your knees, when you straighten your legs, so go ahead and just straighten your legs. The stretch moves more into the backs of the legs, right? When you bend your knees, the stretch moves more into the spine and into the neck. So since our focus, there's no right or wrong, but since our focus today is the spine, we're gonna bend the knees and just focus on bringing the forehead a little closer towards the legs so we can get this
nice rounding and stretch in the spine. Okay. Oh, place your hands behind your calves and use your hands to guide yourself as close to your legs as is comfortable. Okay, so you don't have to be as close as I am. You might be closer, you might be farther, but just feel into a nice, perfectly deep stretch for your spine, however deep or shallow that might be for you. Find what works. Breathing in, breathing out. Tuck your chin a little bit more. Feel the crown of the head dropping towards the floor. And now that we've got this nice stretch in the spine, if you want to add a little more into the legs, you can lift your hips up a little bit more and press your thighs back, but not at the expense of losing the stretch in the spine. Okay, so a couple more breaths here. Feel your feet, feel your toes on the mat. And now let's bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and just reach the arms up and over the head as much as comfortable. Now, your legs can be straight or bent here. Just find what feels right for you. Okay, there's not like a strict way of doing this. Our bodies are all different. We have different levels of strength and flexibility. So it's really about finding what feels right in your body. All right, one more breath here. Okay, lower the hands and just let the arms dangle. Bend the knees 90 degrees. Press down through your feet and roll up really slowly, one vertebrae at a time. This is one of my favorite movements. Stack each vertebrae on top of the other until you find yourself standing tall. The head comes up very last. And once the head comes up, the shoulders draw down and back, feet ground, fingertips reach down. And the head, it's like it's filled with helium, like a balloon. And the head is floating up. The feet are like the anchor on the string of the balloon that grounds. And then the string is like our spine and our bodies, which are pulled somewhat taut and tall, but there's still a little bit of flexibility within it as well. So just take a deep breath in, find a point to focus your eyes. And then exhale, bring your hands together at the heart. Okay, if you're at the back of your mat like I am, go ahead and just walk to the top. And let's just finish up with a couple of rounds of sun salutations. So nice and easy, reach the arms out and up, deep breath. Stretch the arms high, lift the heart, exhale, swan dive forward. Open the arms, forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up. Straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, left leg steps back. We're gonna lower that left knee, untuck the toes, and then inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Okay? Scoop your tailbone under, reach your hands high, and find a point to focus the eyes. From here, if you want a little bit more, palms together, lift the heart, and lean back. Leaning into the space behind you like it's holding you, like it's a pillow. Deep breath in, soften the jaw. How can we find a sense of ease even within a pose that's a little challenging? One more breath. Exhale, bring the hands down, and let's step into plank pose. So just step that leg back, top of a push-up here. Find your strength, straight line with the whole body. Exhale, lower the knees, come down. Untuck the toes, hug the shoulder blades, and lift the chin and chest into baby cobra. So tuck your chin and just feel into your lower back. So bring attention to the lumbar area of your spine, of your back. And then see if you can float your legs off the floor. And then exhale, lower down and downward facing dog. Stretch it back. Soften the knees, look forward, step or jump to the top. Inhale halfway. Long spine, chest parallel to the floor. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, come to stand. And touch your palms. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time on the right. Inhale, reaching up. Big stretch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right leg back. Lower the knee, untuck the toes. Sweep your arms forward and up. Scoop your tailbone under. Feel into the front of this right hip as you scoop your tailbone under. So you're kind of pressing your hips forward. And then if you want a little more, palms touch, lift the heart, gaze up, breathe, smile, slow and steady here. One more breath. And release, bring the hands down. Step into plank pose, top of a push-up. Feel your belly engage, heels reach back, strong plank pose. Exhale, lower down, you can drop your knees. Lower down, untuck the toes, and then hug the shoulder blades, lift into baby cobra. Tuck the chin, and then maybe float the legs off the floor. Feel the strength of your lower back, the strength of your whole backside. Gazing to the mat, keep breathing. Find stillness, find steadiness and ease, even within this pose. Slow breath, one more time. And lower down, downward facing dog. Last down dog today, stretch it back. Relax the head, shake it out. Release the heels towards the mat. They don't have to touch, but they're pressing down. Soften your elbows and hug the elbows towards each other. So your shoulder blades flatten on your back, and then press your hands into the mat. Take one more breath. Exhale out. Soften the knees, look forward, and step or jump all the way to the top. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, come to stand. Deep breath, lift the heart, look up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Pause in Tadasana, just release the hands, stand tall, breathe, feel your body, feel your breath. Feel the energy moving through your body, any sensations that you feel. And from here, we'll gently make our way down to the mat. You can move your blanket off, and we'll come into a nice release for the hips in our happy baby pose. So we're gonna lower down onto our backs and hug the knees to the chest. Separate the knees and flex your feet. Okay, so there's some variations we can take here. This is already a good one, if this is enough for you. Otherwise, you can press your feet towards the ceiling and then hold behind your hamstrings, or you can hold ankles or bottoms of the feet. All right, whichever one you choose, make sure that it feels good and you're not struggling too much. You want it to be a nice, somewhat comfortable stretch. Okay, so if you're like, oh, I can't reach my feet, but I really want to reach my feet, maybe just hold your ankles or hold your hamstrings instead, and just let yourself be wherever you are. No need to struggle. Let's take some deep breaths here. dropping the tailbone towards the mat, flexing the feet, knees open wide, so there's a nice release through the hips. Inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly draw in. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly draws in. And inhale, one more breath. And exhale. Bring the legs together. Roll yourself into a little ball and squeeze them tight. And we're going to tighten the whole body and the whole face. So squinch the eyes shut, crinkle the nose, the mouth, pull everything to the center of your face. And then stretch the whole face to get the tongue, roll the eyes back. And release. Come down into your final relaxation pose. If there are any final movements or stretches your body's calling out for, please take a moment to do that first if you need to. And then when you're ready, settle into Shavasana. Legs can be straight or bent. And if you're uncomfortable on your back, roll onto your side in a fetal position. Make a little pillow with your hands. Get nice and cozy. Now let's take a breath together. So inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Just allowing yourself to rest. The bones to be heavy. Feel your body held by the floor beneath you. Feel your belly rising and falling with the breath. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out by ringing a bell 3 times. Sometimes I grow weary of the days with all their fits and starts. I want to climb some old gray mountains, slowly, taking the rest of my lifetime to do it. Resting often, sleeping under the pines or above them, on the unclothed rocks.
I want to see how many stars are still in the sky that we have smothered for years now, a century at least. I want to look back at everything, forgiving it all, and peaceful, knowing the last thing there is to know. All that urgency, not what the earth is about. How silent the trees, their poetry being of themselves only. I want to take slow steps and think appropriate thoughts. In 10,000 years, maybe, a piece of the mountain will fall. That's by Mary Oliver. Shanti. Begin to deepen the breath. Place your hands on your lower belly once again and just connect to the body, connect to the breath. Keep your right hand on your belly, place the left hand at the heart, connect to the heart center. Connecting to this place inside of wisdom, of stillness, of well-being, of compassion and love, of truth and knowingness. This place that is always here for us. Take a deep breath into that. Deep breath out. As you inhale, find a big stretch. Reach the arms up. Stretch the legs, point the toes, waking the body. Exhale, release, roll to one side. And take your time coming up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting tall, feeling how strong you are, noticing how you feel after your practice. In your body and your energy and your mental and emotional state. How do you feel? And bring your hands together at the heart, tuck your chin, thank yourself for making the time for you. Remembering that when we take care of ourselves, we are the best we can be for others and for the world as well. Thank you for sharing your practice, and may we bring this energy that we've cultivated into the rest of our interactions and the rest of our week. Namaste.